Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great no stone that have taught me this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down, and Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatham, to all of the elect whom this gospel is for. And if I didn't say it, the elder bishops, double honors to them as well. Now I say it's your brother Laban. This is Psalms 50 and verse 14. Offer unto the Most High thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High. We do all of this in conjunction. Our offering is doing these lessons on a week basis, a weekend basis. And that's how we give what? Thanksgiving. Which also, when you look up this word as well, the word will lead you to the Hebrew word, the water, which can also mean praise as well. All right. And pay thy vows, which means to keep the promise. So when we came into this truth, whether we was aware of it or not, we would uphold that promise that we would heed these instructions to the very end. Verse 15 now. And call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. Absolutely. So that's going to be had, as that's written in the book of Zechariah 13 and 9, where it reads that in the day, which really is Jacob's trouble, in that day we're going to be tried through the fire, and in that time we're going to call upon his name. So to call upon his name, before that time we would have already had the name already, which we do have the name. And to include, as it reads in the book of Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter, it speaks about how the Lord will deliver back unto us our heritage, in the sense of having us speak in the pure tongue. And in that pure tongue, we would then what? Call upon his name. So don't listen to these guys, the boys in purple, I like to call them, right? They like to tell you, oh yeah, well, we don't have the name, and we're not certain of the Hebrew. So what are you basically saying when you say that? The Lord's a liar, and it's impossible for the Lord to be a liar. There is no lie of the truth. Our Heavenly Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is a power of truth. So yet again, there's no lie of the truth, is there? So they asses has got to be lying. Verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee? And this is in relation to the so-called JOO. Because they have all of our records, they have the laws and the statutes and commandments, they know what to do and how to become, or as the Israelites, which they can never become Israelites, but they can act as though they are, but they'll never be us. And just by the mere fact that they can't keep these things, and they've been in power for centuries now, and they're still failing. They're still failing in regards to upholding the standard that our forefathers upheld. It proves that they're not the people. Let alone their actions proves that they cannot be the people of the Most High. But what it rather proves is that they're the Edomites that the Bible speaks about. All right. They're doing more works than showing that instead. You know, they're a bunch of liars. They're a bunch of thieves. They're a bunch of crooks. They're every single thing that the wicked would be in these last days, because it's not in them to do it. All right. So now, let's continue on, shall we? Verse 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and has been partakers with adulterers. Absolutely, because they're all of that and then some. Like it reads in the Apocrypha, right? There's a scripture where it reads that all flesh will cleave to its own kind. So you're not going to have a bunch of awkwards hanging around with a bunch of upright people. The two can't get together and agree. Them two can only but be separate. So these JOOishes and the rest of these Edomites, they go together. So whatever wicked is that they do, of course they're going to come together with among themselves that do all of this stuff, because they're one and the same. So as this reads, thou givest thy mouth to evil and thy tongue frame of deceit. Oh yeah, they do that on a regular basis, man. Especially with their politicians. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, and thou slanderest thine own mother's son. And these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And that's what the Lord is doing with us right now. He's setting us in order before their eyes. Like it reads in the book of Psalms, right? How David said that you've presented a table amongst my enemies. So when I think of a table, right? Like case in point, when we were all in school, we were sitting at the desk and we had our assignments, or we would put out, our notepad, and we would copy down what the teacher was writing on the board. So we were taught this knowledge, and the eyes of the wicked actually pondered upon that and saw that, and they saw the growth. They saw how we took to the streets and started teaching the same things that we were taught. Because Esau sees everything, man. Especially if you're doing all of what you do on the computer, Esau sees that. All right. So yeah, what is it? Verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Yeah, and you're gonna have the vast majority of our people that's gonna stay forgetting the Most High, and they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna take that ship, and the bulk of them, and as well as these YNs to include, they're gonna be destroyed. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation, in other words, his way, his walk, right? All right, will I show the salvation of the Most High. Right, let me read this again. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation, all right, will I show the salvation of the Most High. Right, yeah, so at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is going to show us the salvation of his power, whom he has served and continue to serve, as well as we do serve him, but we acknowledge the Son, though. So all of that's coming. So we keep our conversation, in other words, our way, our path in righteousness, then Yahweh Shai will open the doors of salvation unto us. Now, let me move on and speak about these devils over here. Lindsey Graham, it's been declared that he's died uncertainly. And they're saying he died of a heart attack. And then you got people speculating that he probably have died in Kiev, Ukraine, or something along those lines. And as well as this devil too. Okay. Mitch McConnell, and I remember this individual. He was giving a speech a while back ago, man, and he just froze suddenly. And I found out, man, there was another video of him doing this again. So there's been some speculation on this individual too, that he's brain dead. And we don't know how true that is, but I'm leaning towards that being the truth. Okay. Right? So anyway, is Mitch McConnell dead? This shouldn't be a difficult question to answer. The response is either yes or no, or something along the lines if he's on life support but appears to be brain dead. However, while it may be a straightforward question, nobody close to the Kentucky senator seems keen on delivering a clear answer. Yeah, so I just pulled this article up. I didn't expect this article to actually have that right there. But yeah, the man's dead, man. He out of here. He out of there, man. And check this out over here. I'm gonna play this video and you see what I'm talking about, because this is the second time he's done this already. This was 2 years ago, and when he froze up the first time, I think it was maybe more than 2 years ago. So he's done it on the same year. So let's play this video.
Another troubling incident for Mitch McConnell.
What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
Then the 81-year-old Senate minority leader stood silent. An aide steps in.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
Still just a blank expression.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
A member of his security detail comes forward.
Yeah, they trying to take his ass outside. He's saying he's okay because he wants to hold on to being in the Senate and answer the question. But how can you answer the question when you're having a brain aneurysm? Anyway, let's move forward. Psalms, 68 now, and verse 2. We'll start by reading the first verse, shall we? To the chief musician, a psalm or song of David, that hate him flee before him. Arise, let the Most High arise, let his enemies be scattered, and let them also that hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away, as wax melted before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of the Most High. But let the righteous be glad, and let them rejoice before the Most High. Yea, let them exceedingly rejoice. And yeah, we're going to exceedingly rejoice when the kingdom is set up. But the beginning of our rejoice is going to be to that of seeing the judgment of our enemies, and the Most High avenging for us, and as well as himself too. All right. So the point in 62 that I want to make as well is that bit by bit the Lord is getting rid of the wicked. He's destroying them little with little. Their might and key strategic heads that are leaving this earth, that are going back to the essence, so to speak, as that old saying goes, right? And really when you check it, these older devils, these are like the last of the diehards, man. Like these devils here, they're all about this one world system and that dark brotherhood and their plans and their agendas. But these younger devils, they ain't so into, the agenda of the banking family like these older devils are. So that's all you got. But all of these niggas is dying now because they either they're getting older and things are just happening to them suddenly to where they can't do their job, So it's over, man. These were like the main cats that were holding it all together, keeping this shit going. But, age always gets the best of everybody, doesn't it? So, yeah, I think that's all I got to read, man, in regards to this and speak on in regards to this topic overall. Yeah, so Lord willing, this was something that was interesting to you. This is just me giving my take in regards to these two devils and just finishing off where I left off at. So yeah, with that, I want to say shalom.